passed out while we were walking. I called 911 and an ambulance is taking her to the hospital. I'm scared, Daddy. I don't want Mom to die.
Things you're about to hear, they're very difficult and embarrassing for me to tell, but by the grace of God, it gives me strength. Because the journey I took would next lead me to discover an ancient Amazonian sunrise ritual so confidential that I promise you've never seen anything like it. A ritual so effective and so powerful that it took my 46-year-old wife Samantha just weeks to instantly scorch away 57 pounds of that nasty, jiggly fat from her hips, her legs, her butt, her arms, and her face. And she never stepped foot in a gym, or she didn't give up any of her favorite foods. Taking her from this to this. Her new body so fit and slim that even our 18-year-old daughter and her are now borrowing each other's clothes. She rediscovered her active side playing tennis for the first time in years, as all of her back and neck pain had vanished. Her joint and muscle aches dissipated, her energy levels skyrocketed, and her newfound confidence became unshakable. Our daughter's friends now asking her for secrets on how to look so good and so young into their 40s. And not only Samantha, but I use this ancient sunrise ritual every morning, burning away 2 pounds after using it for the very first time, melting away more and more fat with each new morning that you use it. In total, losing over 33 pounds, getting rid of my beer gut, my fat handles, once and for all. Supercharging my energy levels, lowering my blood pressure and cholesterol levels, easing joint pain, and giving me the confidence and charisma of a man half my age. And the best part is, we ate more French fries, pizza, and all the other bad-for-you food than we ever did before. Listen, I get it. You're probably feeling skeptical right now, and that's okay. But I am being dead serious with you when I tell you all of this happened using this unique and safe sunrise ritual. So incredibly simple, you could be doing it in your very own bedroom every morning with absolutely no strings attached and no requirements. No workout plans, no fad diets, no starving yourself, no more taking silly weight loss pills or drinking useless diet teas. This simple sunrise hack flips traditional weight loss advice on its head, and it's unlike anything you've ever been told. You see, you're not supposed to get skinny and healthy. The game is rigged, and it's set up for you to lose. The reason I can make such a bold statement is that in the next 4 minutes and 28 seconds, you're going to be shocked when you hear personally for the first time ever from the doctor turned informant who agreed to speak to us exclusively on this video about the secret plot that is intentionally killing you and making you fatter. A doctor who has been a leading voice in the weight loss and diet industry for over 20 years and has finally decided to come out of the shadows and break his oath of silence and reveal to everybody who is watching this video the real and the controversial root cause of your stubborn body fat, lack of energy, and overall bad health. And with this discovery, places like Yale, BYU, and the Center for Obesity in Tokyo, Japan are now confirming calling this ancient sunrise ritual the secret to revving up your body's true fat-burning potential by activating a newly discovered idle morning hormone. Study after study revealing that as you age, the more idle and dormant this hormone becomes, causing you to get fatter and fatter, especially in men and women over the age of 35. Meaning at this exact moment, it's literally impossible for your body to properly fight away stubborn body fat, and this is the reason that everything you have ever tried before has never actually worked. This is why it's important that for the next few minutes, you really pay attention, because the solution you've always hoped for is right in front of you, and it's so simple, a child could do it. an ancient sunrise ritual that within mere minutes will unlock and wake up the newly discovered fat dissolver hormone, causing your body to burn away pockets of fat 300 times faster than even the most high-intensity workout or the most strict diet plan ever could. And all of this before you even drink your first cup of coffee. An ancient sunrise ritual passed down from generation to generation by one of the most remote and isolated tribes living deep within the Amazon rainforest, proven to be some of the healthiest people on the planet. A ritual that effortlessly and instantly torches your most stubborn body fat and reaches places on your body that you didn't even know could get toned. Not just tightening and firming your belly or your thighs, but every curve of your entire body as it gets smoother and firmer and more toned than ever before, simultaneously supporting a new, stronger, healthier heart as your blood pressure and cholesterol levels lower and your organs run like a well-oiled machine, saving not only the lives of me and my wife, but this sunrise ritual is now being used every morning before breakfast by over 100,000 men and women who had tried every diet, taken every pill, and drank every shake, tea, and weight loss drink on the market to no avail.
This sunrise ritual is so easy. I do it every morning in bed. And after doing it for only 2 weeks, I've already lost 12 pounds and I haven't stopped eating any of my favorite foods or had to exercise at all.
My doctor told me I had to lose weight fast or I would be facing some serious problems. We tried all kinds of diet programs, pills, and diet drinks, but nothing worked. It wasn't until I found this ancient sunrise ritual that everything began to change for me.
I've always struggled with my weight, but it wasn't until I hit my late 30s that it became almost impossible for me to get slim and stay healthy.
My doctor was shocked the next time he saw me because I was down 27 pounds. My blood sugar was lower and my blood pressure and cholesterol levels had gone down.
I could never stick to a diet and I really had no hope. Then one day I stumbled upon that video and learned how to do the ancient morning ritual myself. And now I'm already down 3 dress sizes and my body just feels amazing.
It's just incredible.
Like clockwork, I check my emails every day and see message after message of everyday people just like these in total shock and excitement after trying out this ancient sunrise ritual for themselves. And just like it's worked for them, and they're doing it each morning, feeling and looking better than the day before, I'm certain that it could work for you in the exact same way. Just imagine this with me for a minute. No more going out to restaurants and feeling guilty about what you order. No more feeling insecure when it's time to take off your shirt or try on new clothes. No more crippling thoughts in the back of your mind about potentially having a heart attack or a stroke or complications from diabetes because of your weight. No, that's not you any longer, because you'll be eating what you want from where you want without a second thought. You'll be bursting with an abundance of energy and ready to tackle each day and its activities. You'll be playing with your kids and grandkids, and actually you'll feel great doing it because your muscles and joints will be smooth, your skin glowing and rejuvenated, and your immune system running at tip-top shape, keeping you healthy and feeling strong. And the best part of it all is the sunrise ritual is scientifically proven to attack the real reason behind your body fat and bad health. So once you start doing it, that stubborn 5, 10, whatever amount of weight that has been harassing your body for all of these years will finally and forever be gone. Once you hear from this informant doctor in the next few moments, you will understand why this one simple solution has been hidden from you and why the giant weight loss and diet corporations are doing everything in their power to remove this presentation and to get it erased from the internet. Because the truth is, they don't want to help you, and they don't want to tell you the facts, and they need you to be fat and keep blaming yourself because they want your money. It's that simple. And while we still have this video up and running, please pay attention and watch until the very end, because I can't guarantee you that it will stay up, and this may be the last time you get to see it. the last time you have the opportunity to learn the truth about the one idle morning hormone, and that is the real and scientifically proven root cause of your stubborn belly fat and bad health. The truth that all of your pain and suffering has nothing to do with your genetics or predisposed family traits, nothing to do with hormones or liver or gut health, or any of the other garbage they made you believe is the underlying reason. You'll discover why this remote Amazonian jungle tribe was found to live on average 12 years longer, have the lowest rate of heart attack or stroke in the world, and why obesity just doesn't exist in their community. You'll see the simple and exact step-by-step process of this ancient sunrise ritual that is behind their amazing health, and you'll learn how you can do it yourself or with your wife or husband starting today in your own bedroom. It will anger you when you hear the single biggest weight loss and diet myth that I guarantee you and just about everyone you know has been told to do to lose weight and to get slim. A myth that is severely damaging your organs and is putting you at a higher risk for heart attack and stroke and diabetes, and there is strong evidence to suggest it could be the leading cause of insomnia in women. Why you need to stop doing it today. So, if you're ready to take this journey with me and learn about things so secretive and unique, yet so effective, that by next week you could be down 5 pounds or more, then buckle up and pay very close attention to the rest of this short video. You see, I'm no different than you. I'm not some weight loss expert or nutritionist or Instagram fitness coach looking to gain a following. No. My name is Rick Peterson. Just a small-town firefighter from Cripple Creek, Colorado, where I live with my beautiful wife and our 18-year-old daughter, Chloe. And I know, just like a forest fire, your life and your health can be unpredictable and unforgiving. One minute, things are going well and all seems good, but out of the blue, one little spark can cause a domino effect where everything can go from bad to worse in a hurry. And I use that analogy because that's exactly what happened to my family, and will probably sound familiar to a lot of your stories. We got married back in '99, and the whole world was a whole lot simpler. We were newlyweds without a care in the world. No Facebook, no Instagram, definitely no TikTok. And I remember we would take road trips up to the mountains where we would hike all day and camp all night, as healthy as can be, and we never had a second thought of what we should or shouldn't eat. Heck, I didn't even know there was such a thing as bad-for-you food. We were married for 4 years before we had our daughter Chloe. She's the most precious thing in the world to us. But unfortunately, after our daughter was born, is when everything started to go downhill for Sam. I noticed a change in her almost immediately. You see, Samantha started to deal with severe postpartum depression. And like I mentioned earlier about how one bad thing can lead to another, well, that's exactly what happened. Samantha was so depressed and stressed out all of the time. Food became a huge comfort to her, and a couple of extra pounds turned to 10 pounds, then 20. Then eventually she was close to 60 pounds overweight, and with more weight came more depression and stress, which just led to more stress eating, and for what seemed like a temporary fix for her turned into a nasty cycle, where finally the carefree, flippant approach to food and health that she had in her 20s came to an abrupt stop, and her weight became a major issue. We would end up visiting our doctor several times in the years that followed, with him putting her on countless medications, exercise routines, and diet plans, but nothing ever worked. And if it did, Sam would lose a couple of pounds here and there, but the truth is it's nearly impossible to stick to those things, and she would just end up right back where she started, frustrated and convinced her body fat and her bad health was her life sentence. This is hard for me to say to a bunch of strangers, but things got so bad that our marriage nearly fell apart from it. The spunky and lively girl that I once knew was a shell of herself. Months turned to years. We hadn't been intimate for a very long time, which, as I'm sure you know, can take a major toll on any relationship. I tried to comfort her, but her self-esteem and her confidence were so low that every time she looked in the mirror, all she saw was her jiggly stomach, her love handles, and her cellulite thighs. And I soon learned that when a woman doesn't feel sexy, it can throw her off emotionally. What made matters worse were seeing our old friends from high school posting pictures on Facebook of themselves in skin-tight clothing and new bikinis. These are the things that Sam wished she had the body to pull off, but was too insecure to even try. And I'm sure some of you listening and watching this video right now, I'm sure you can relate to. Then out of nowhere it happened, the thing that we feared most that would change everything. I was at the station, I was working my shift when my buddy ran in out of breath and told me that my daughter Chloe was trying to reach me and that she sounded frantic and was crying. I picked up the station phone, hesitant, and I was expecting the worst.
Dad, Mom passed out while we were walking. I called 911 and an ambulance is taking her to the hospital.
It was like a roundhouse kick to the gut, and I immediately got in my truck and I headed toward the hospital. On the way, I called her doctor in a panic and I explained the situation. Last time she came in, Rick, I tried to tell her this sort of thing could happen. Her body just can't support her weight anymore. Her blood pressure and cholesterol levels were through the roof. Her blood sugar was 2 times higher than what we looked for. I'm sorry, Rick, but if she doesn't make a change, then there's nothing more that I or any other doctor can do for her, he explained. When I hung up the phone, that last 20-minute drive to the hospital was the longest 20 minutes of my life, and I could hardly keep it together. Thoughts and feelings started flooding in that every man or husband worth his salt never wants to think or feel. The feeling that this was happening because I failed to take care of my wife and that I had failed to help her. The thought that my daughter was going to get married one day and wouldn't have her mother there to help her get ready or to dance with her at her wedding. The feeling that my wife was going to die and that it was because I didn't do enough to help her find a solution for her weight. When I finally arrived at the hospital, I rushed in and I found her room. I came in and Sam was awake, but she was very disoriented and confused. It broke my heart to see her like this. The doctor treating her pulled me aside and told me that she was very weak, but recovering, and that she was lucky to be alive. I knew I was blessed to still have my wife because as a firefighter with some EMT training, I know that overweight people are 67% more likely to have a fatal heart attack or a stroke, and 73% more likely to develop heart disease or any other debilitating diseases. A couple of hours passed, and I went home to grab some clothes and pack a light bag while Samantha rested. When I got home, I walked past a picture of Sam and Chloe and me, and as I stared at it, my feelings of heartbreak soon turned to anger. Anger that the thousands of dollars of our hard-earned money we spent to help Samantha on all those stupid diets and supplements that the giant corporations had fed us didn't work and couldn't fix her like they promised it would. We had tried the Atkins, keto, and paleo diets. We tried Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and Noom, every other mainstream fat loss plan. We bought all of those useless veggie capsules and weight loss drinks. We tried exercise program after exercise program, and everything our doctor and every other health professional recommended, none of it worked. And it was in that moment, in all of my frustration, that I made a promise to myself and to my daughter, and most importantly to my wife. A promise that no matter what I had to do or where I had to go, that I would find something or someone to help Samantha. And then I got on my knees and I prayed to God for a miracle. That night as Samantha slept, I was like a madman. I scoured through the internet searching for anything that we hadn't already tried yet or heard about. I went through every underground weight loss forum, news story, and rabbit hole that I could find, but nothing. It was around 3 a.m. and I was exhausted and ready to give up and call it a night when I accidentally stumbled upon a buried medical publication from a renowned weight loss doctor and medical researcher. The article claimed that this doctor had recently been studying an ancient and isolated tribe in the Amazon rainforest, and what he found, in his own words, was the single greatest medical discovery for uncontrolled body fat and obesity-related illness in the history. As I scrolled through the article, I found something very interesting. It said that after this doctor went public with his findings, that all of his research papers and studies suddenly vanished, and that the doctor had stopped speaking openly about what he found and had stopped practicing medicine altogether. As I finished reading, I couldn't shake the feeling that somehow, some way, I had to get in touch with this doctor and find out more about what it is that he had discovered deep in the Amazon. I couldn't find any more information about him, but after digging around a bit, I was able to find his last known place of residency, and you'll never guess where it was. None other than Denver, Colorado, which was only about 2 hours outside Cripple Creek. This really was starting to feel like a miracle. With no guarantee I would even find this guy, I took a chance, and the next day, I decided to drive to Denver with nothing but the address I had written down and wishful thinking. And when I arrived at the address, I found a modest home in a quaint and quiet subdivision. I parked in front of the house, got out, and before I could even make it to the front door, a man walked out and asked me who I was. I told him about the article I had read and about the doctor studying in the Amazon and that I was just looking for help. He stopped, looked at me for about 10 seconds, and then he invited me in. He introduced himself as Dr. Frazier.
What you're about to hear is very controversial and will contradict everything you've been told about losing weight and getting healthy. This same information got me blackballed and silenced by some of the world's most prominent weight loss and diet companies. And I'm sure you'd recognize them if I told you who they were. My name is Dr. Michael Frazier, and just 16 months ago, I was on a medical expedition in the Amazon rainforest, living amongst some of the most ancient and isolated tribes when I discovered something so eye-opening and radical that, unbeknownst to me, would cost me my career. And before I go further, I need you to understand something. I need you to understand that your inability to burn away fat and get slim is not your fault. And all of those diets and hours spent on the treadmill are actually putting more stress on your internal organs and body. You see, the issue is that the minute someone looks in the mirror and sees their love handles becoming more prominent, or that 10 pounds becomes increasingly more difficult to get rid of, they turn to the traditional methods of diet and exercise. But truth be told, those things don't work, and the industry knows that. They're not supposed to. I mean, when have you ever heard or met someone personally, not paid TV actors, who actually went on a diet or fasted and got skinny and stayed skinny? It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately, and these big corporations know that. But they need you fat, frustrated, and desperate so they can just sell you another miracle product and take your money. No, and if they told you the truth, it would shock you to know that when you start one of these diets, your body's fat molecules may slow down a little bit, but within days will enter what we call the hunger state, which in turn slows down your ability to burn away body fat, and instead of getting rid of it, will actually use it and compound it more to trick your body into feeling full, meaning fat will be burned at a slower rate, not quicker. You won't know this because it was never announced publicly, but a 2021 study from UC Berkeley observed 44,000 men and women from around the globe at least 35 years of age and 10 pounds overweight, and tracked their progress as they had them try the top 5 most popular diet programs such as the Atkins diet, the Mediterranean diet, the keto diet, the vegan diet, and Weight Watchers. They discovered after 1 year of using these diets that over 97% of all participants had failed to stick to them and had actually gained more weight than before they started them. Not only that, but they had them on a rigorous exercise plan to combine with the diet, but exercise didn't do anything as well. You see, a study was done at Cambridge University in England during the height of the pandemic in 2020 that revealed even the most vigorous exercise routines like CrossFit and HIIT or high-intensity training burn away less than 5% of total calories and harmful fat modules. Just to put that into perspective, the average adult would have to train for 5 hours a day at high volume for a whole month straight to even begin to see results, which I think everyone can agree is virtually impossible. I hope you understand now that getting rid of unwanted body fat has nothing to do with how much exercise you get or how strict your diet is. So remember, the next time you try one of those diets and fail, and that feeling of shame from lack of willpower comes knocking, it's not your fault.
What Dr. Frazier just explained to you is the same exact thing that he told me, and it made so much sense. It angered me just thinking about all of the lies that I had believed and the time wasted on things that were never designed to work. But do you want to know the truth? Just like Dr. Frazier told me that day, you and every other person you know who is struggling with their weight will never have to diet or try another exercise plan again. I say this because in the next few moments, you'll learn the identity of the one idle morning hormone laying dormant in your body and the ancient Amazonian sunrise ritual that you can do starting today that will activate this hormone and in mere weeks will burn away 20, 40, and even 60 pounds effortlessly. The same sunrise ritual that Dr. Fraser discovered while studying a remote jungle tribe in the Amazon, and when his findings became public, was quickly removed and ultimately erased by the big corporations, or so they thought. A discovery that would inevitably destroy the cash cow for these companies, all of their meal plans, exercise programs, and diet supplements that make them a fortune every year. That day, as I was getting up to leave Dr. Fraser's house, he stopped me, and I saw him open up a safe in his office, and from it, he handed me a large vial of some clear-looking liquid substance. He told me, "I've held on to this with my life and kept it hidden until now, but no more. You coming here today has helped me realize it's too powerful to keep it from the people who need it most." "What is this?" That's what I remember asking him as I held up the liquid vial. "Samantha needs to put 10 drops of this underneath her tongue every morning before breakfast. This is the Amazonian secret." And with that, he led me to the door and he said goodbye and he closed it behind me. On my drive back, all I could think about was Sam, and I imagined her looking at her body in the mirror and actually smiling again. I imagined her waking up bursting with energy and us going on a hike again. I imagined her muscle aches and her joint pain vanishing and her just being happy and feeling healthy again. When I finally made it back to the hospital, Samantha was getting ready to be discharged and we finally were able to head back home. The next day I wasted no time. And as soon as Samantha woke up, I put 10 drops of the liquid that Dr. Fraser gave me under her tongue, and she went about her day. We were both skeptical, and we held back our excitement as we had both been burned too many times before. We didn't want to get her hopes up. The very next morning when Samantha woke up, we both knew something was different. For the first time in over 6 years, she slept like a rock and woke up feeling energized. When she stepped on the scale that morning, she was down 3 pounds. But we still didn't make too much of a deal out of it because maybe it was a fluke, we thought. The days that followed would prove us both wrong. Every morning, she would immediately take 10 drops after waking up, instantly noticing a difference in the way her body felt, jumping out of bed each morning like a kid on Christmas, running to the bathroom to weigh herself and look in the mirror. And in a matter of weeks, Samantha had lost 57 pounds, and that deep, stubborn fat from her thighs, hips, arms, leg, and every square inch of flab that plagued her body for years was melted away like butter in a frying pan, taking her from this to this sexy, vibrant lady that I'm honored to call my wife today. Every night, she was sleeping better than she ever had, waking up every morning energized and full of life. Her joints were smooth, and her back and neck pain vanished. Her mind was more sharp and alert and focused than it had ever been. She went back to work where her colleagues, who had once doubted her, were now complimenting her new figure. Jealous and desperate to know her secret, I was shocked and overjoyed when I caught her trying on new yoga pants and smiling in the mirror with her slim, tight and toned belly showing. We decided to take a trip to the beach. I could see the confidence oozing out of her in her new bikini, with her silky smooth hair, cellulite-free legs, and clear, radiant skin on display. She soaked up the sun as she and our daughter took walks up and down the beach without a second thought of who might be looking. And not only was Sam's new, tight and firm body getting attention, but mine was as well. You see, I started using the sunrise ritual myself, with every day another notch off my belt, until 33 pounds had melted from my double chin and my belly, while I still ate all my favorite foods like bacon cheeseburgers and fudge brownies. Our marriage became more robust than ever as our love life was injected with passion and excitement like we were newlyweds again, seeing each other for the first time naked. And the crazy part about it all was how incredibly simple it was after being made to believe that weight loss and good health were almost impossible to maintain. All it took was 10 drops every morning before breakfast. When Sam went back in to see her doctor for a checkup, he was in disbelief as he saw her new, trimmed, athletic frame. "Samantha, your test came back incredible," he said. "You've gone down nearly 60 pounds. That's like shedding a full-grown German shepherd from your body. Your heart, cholesterol, and blood pressure, They're that of an Olympic swimmer. I was so excited to call Dr. Frazier and tell him about our miraculous results. I had to know what this liquid was and how did this happen? I asked in amazement as he picked up the phone. Well, Rick, the secret isn't about what's inside. It's about what it does inside your body, he began. You see, back in 2019, Oxford University in England discovered a previously unknown hormone called BAM15. It's one that scientists and doctors now understand as the sunrise or the morning hormone, and are calling the key to solving the obesity crisis once and for all. It was proven that study after study, like the one done by the National Obesity Center in Tel Aviv, Israel, which concluded that BAM15 is proven to burn away the deepest and most concentrated areas of fat nodules in your body 366% quicker and more effectively than any diet or exercise on the planet. If activated, BAM15 would melt away more fat and burn away more calories than 12 marathons combined, doing all of this before you even have your first cup of coffee in the morning. Incredible, right? He exclaimed. But here's the one major problem that stopped all progress, he continued. No matter what we did or tried, we could never fully wake this hormone up. Exercise, diets, supplements, nothing was doing anything to rev up this fat-melting little hormone. Everyone carries BAM15 in their body, but it's been proven that as we age, the slower and more dormant this hormone becomes, and scientists haven't exactly figured out why yet, but by age 35, it becomes practically asleep. See, the people who eat everything under the sun and never gain a pound aren't lucky or superhuman. To keep it simple, what's happening is their BAM15, or their morning hormone, is just more active. It was proven that if we could just figure out a way to activate this sunrise hormone, every single person, whether they were 10 pounds overweight or 100 pounds overweight, could get slim and healthy, guaranteed. Sounds simple enough, right? He chuckled. Well, as weeks turned into months, and as my colleagues began to grow disappointed and convinced that we would never find a solution, my determination to find an answer would lead me to the middle of the Amazon rainforest, a place with the most abundant medicinal herbs and plant species on the planet. While in the Amazon, I focused my attention on one of the most ancient and isolated tribes known as the Kayapo. The people within this tribe had the lowest rate of heart disease, diabetes, and Alzheimer's, as well as the longest lifespan in the world, and obesity has never even existed there. The longer I studied them, I came to realize something very peculiar about them. Every morning before breakfast, they would pass around an old calfskin pouch filled with some sort of liquid, and each person would put exactly 10 drops underneath their tongue. At first, I thought this liquid was some sort of ancient jungle hallucinogen, and after weeks of pleading and asking the chief for a sample for scientific purposes, he allowed me to take a vial of it. This liquid was like gold to them, Dr. Frazier continued to tell me. As I began to study this liquid, I soon realized this was no ancient hallucinogen at all. This liquid was made up of all completely raw and all-natural plant ingredients. Are you ready for the best part? He asked me in excitement. The first ingredient in this ancient and powerful elixir was a seed found deep within the Amazon rainforest, on a plant of large leaves and white flowers called the guarana seed. Named after the Amazonian Guarani tribe, the plant finds its origins in the forests of Brazil. This little power-packed seed is praised for its prevention of cardiovascular disease, as well as an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antidepressant, intestinal regulator, and even an aphrodisiac. But most importantly, as study after study would confirm, this seed was also one of the only naturally occurring compounds found on the planet to stimulate the morning hormone known as BAM15. In fact, my team and I would later discover that the BAM15 hormone was 327% more active in the bodies of the Kayapo people than the average American adult, which means these tribespeople were burning away harmful fat and calories 200 times the rate of the average ultra-marathon runner. And this little hormone doesn't just affect your weight. The study was carried out on 42,000 women and men over the age of 35 who suffer from differing conditions. Things like prediabetes and diabetes, high blood pressure and cholesterol levels, digestive and gut issues, brain fog, blurry vision, and even depression and anxiety, and it was found they all had one thing in common. Can you guess what it is? Every single one of the 42,000 men and women in this study had inactive and dormant BAM15 hormones. Every single one. As you can see, the real solution for every single overweight person out there has nothing to do with the food they eat or the amount of exercise they get. It's no coincidence that the people of the Quiapo tribe are among some of the healthiest people on the planet. The key to a slim body and true health only comes down to activating this morning hormone known as BAM15. That's it, he exclaimed. But don't book a jungle getaway to the Amazon just yet to harvest some guarana seeds for yourself, because Dr. Fraser was just getting started. The second ingredient in this incredible liquid is the astragalus root, he continued. Found in the most eastern parts of the forest, this root is renowned for its ability to skyrocket energy levels. It was a mystery to me at first as to why these natives took these liquid drops in the morning specifically, but now we know that the astragalus root is proven to be one of the most effective energy boosters found in the natural world, helping those who consume it stay alert and focused throughout the day. This root also has some incredible anti-aging and hair growth properties, as well as its ability to help with insulin resistance and inflammation. In fact, the School of Medicine in Brazil found that this magical plant root activated the BAM15 hormone by as much as 93% in adults over the age of 30. Next, we have the nutritional powerhouse maca root. Now, maca root is an adaptogenic herb, which is one of the main natural ingredients in anti-anxiety and depression meds. Maca root is renowned for its naturally calming effects on the central nervous system, as well as its ability to lower harmful cortisol levels. A 2014 study found a link between consuming maca and increased dopamine levels, leading to reduced feelings of everyday depression and anxiety. This same study also found menopausal women who consumed maca experienced fewer hot flashes and night sweats than they did when not consuming it. And as you might have guessed, experts found that maca root also helps stimulate the BAM15 hormone significantly. Another focal point of this ancient liquid is Capsicum annuum fruit. This tropical vegetable is amazing for your heart and lowers your chances of developing heart disease by over 77%. It also lowers the risk of cancer as it contains anti-inflammatory nutrients and antioxidants. A natural pain reliever, Capsicum annuum fruit dulls pain receptors in your brain and is excellent in the treatment of back pain, body aches, and arthritis. The last major ingredient in these sunrise drops is grapefruit seed, and this fruit seed packs a punch. Native to the Amazon rainforest, grapefruit seed hosts several amazing health benefits. Benefits like cellulite reduction and boosting your immune system, as well as possessing antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties, which are key to fighting off things like throat and urinary tract infections and athlete's foot, to name a few. Published in the Scientific Journal of America, it was also discovered that grapefruit seed is a key ingredient in revving up the BAM15 hormone, with over 2,000 studies since its discovery showing that when this seed enters the body, it increases the production of BAM15 and in turn helps burn fat up to 86% longer than any other known supplement, meaning once the fat leaves, it doesn't come back. Are you noticing a pattern here? Dr. Fraser told me with a chuckle. And as I listened to Dr. Fraser explain all of these amazing ingredients, I felt like a man who had just hit the health jackpot. Samantha and I were the first Westerners to ever try this ancient Amazonian sunrise ritual for ourselves, and the results were remarkable. All I kept thinking about was my sister and her husband and Samantha's brother, who were all struggling with their weight and who had tried all of the diets and supplements and fitness plans like we did and could never get the weight to stay off indefinitely. They need this. How can we get this liquid formula to more people? Hey, this could save lives, it could save marriages. It did for ours. I blurted this out and I interrupted Dr. Fraser. Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Rick, he said, because I have been thinking a lot after you came and saw me. and it's inspired me to stop hiding and to start helping people again. That's the oath I took when I became a doctor. That's what I'm going to do. Let me make a couple of calls to some of my old research partners down in the Amazon and see what I can do. I could hear the hope in his voice. As Dr. Fraser waited to hear back from his contacts in the Amazon, he and his team of medical researchers didn't miss a beat. Over the next few weeks, they tested the liquid over 900 different ways in order to find the most effective combination for the formula. On top of the original 5 power-packed, life-changing ingredients found in the drops, Dr. Fraser and his team discovered and added 7 more potent, fat-melting, and anti-aging superfoods that, when combined together, make the drops 4 times more effective and powerful than the original recipe at awakening the BAM15 hormone and burning away the deepest, most stubborn body fat. Established and famous superfoods like African mango, which is proven to increase energy levels, improve blood circulation, strengthen bones, and improve heart health. Another is the eleuthero root, first used as an herbal remedy by the Mayans some 4,000 years ago. This root is praised for its ability to improve brain function, aid in digestion, reduce osteoporosis, manage menopause, and repair and prevent nerve damage. The remaining 5 all-natural and supercharged ingredients were gymnema leaf, renowned for its ability to lower blood sugar levels. Forskolii root. This root is exceptional in the treatment of conditions such as heart disease, asthma, bronchitis, and constipation. Green tea leaf extract, great for liver function and extremely high in antioxidants. Grapeseed extract, which is amazing for improving blood flow and lowering the risk of cancer. And the last ingredient is Panax ginseng root, which is famous for its benefits like lowering blood sugar and cholesterol levels, reducing stress, promoting relaxation, treating diabetes, and studies show it to successfully treat ED in men by up to 71%. This new and improved formula was so powerful that when taken before breakfast every morning, it would rapidly ignite production of BAM15, dissolving harmful visceral fat around organs, erasing and repairing all the damage that years of being overweight have done to your body inside and out, achieving all of this with just 10 drops every morning before breakfast. When Dr. Fraser finally got in touch with his contacts, he was able to source the original ingredients for the drops directly from the Kayapo tribe, along with the 7 additional nutrients sourced from the finest suppliers from around the world. Finally, we were able to connect with a prestigious state-of-the-art manufacturing facility right here in Colorado that was FDA registered and GMP, Good Manufacturing Practice certified, who agreed to carefully prepare the rare ingredients into one-of-a-kind bottles with a glass dropper that allows you to carefully and precisely put 10 drops of this ancient fat-scorching elixir under your tongue every morning before breakfast. We wanted to share this secret with every single person we possibly could who was struggling, and who had been struggling with weight loss and bad health. Dr. Fraser quickly informed us that in the medical world, having 2 test subjects wasn't enough to prove that something had worked. He explained that just because it worked for Samantha and me, that wasn't enough evidence that it would work for every single overweight person out there. So he put out a nationwide request for volunteers of men and women at least 35 years of age and at least 10 pounds overweight. The response was phenomenal, as 12,564 men and women of all shapes and sizes signed up. They each received a few months' worth of drops and were instructed to use exactly 10 drops every morning before breakfast. We waited in anticipation, and in just weeks, results started flooding in that were so incredible I couldn't believe it. Every single person had a 300 to 700% increase in the production of BAM15. That's at least 3 to 7 times more fat melting power than before. Sleep was deep and refreshing. Sex drive and energy levels skyrocketed. Bloating, brain fog, depression, and anxiety disappeared. Loose, saggy skin was tightening. Instead of weak, flabby, and mushy bodies, they felt toned, strong, and firm muscle. Hearts were stronger, blood pressure and cholesterol lower, and blood sugar stabilized. 97% of participants reported losing at least 28 pounds, with the average weight loss around 32 pounds. Some folks even lost as much as 83 pounds. The remaining 3% lost over 21 pounds but were still ecstatic about their results and their overall new health. And as each volunteer continued to use the drops every morning, the weight never came back, just as Dr. Frazier had predicted. The freedom to wear what they wanted and to eat whatever they craved was no longer an impossible daydream. It was now a reality for them. Just check out some of this amazing before and after pictures we've gotten from people who are using these sunrise drops every morning and have not looked back. Now you've seen the life-changing results for Samantha, me, and the hundreds of thousands of men and women using these sunrise drops every morning. I want you to experience the same for yourself, starting today. It's my honor to introduce Ignite Amazonian Sunrise Drops, the world's first and only 100% all-natural solution to fix the newly discovered, scientifically proven root cause of your belly fat and bad health, dormant BAM15 levels. Inside each bottle is the custom, proprietary, and exact formula of the revolutionary and fat-melting drops that were unearthed deep inside the Amazon rainforest and shown to be the only recipe to jumpstart the idle morning hormone known as BAM15, repairing and erasing all of the damage that years of being overweight have done to your body inside and out, achieving all of this with just 10 drops every morning before breakfast. Proven to be 287% more effective at burning away fat than any of the leading diet or exercise routines on the planet. With certain ingredients native only to the Amazon rainforest, discovered by the ancient and isolated people of the Kayapo tribe, where life expectancy is the highest on Earth, heart attack and diabetes rates are among the lowest, and where obesity simply does not exist. Meaning not only will these drops help you melt away fat, but they also help stabilize blood sugar, lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels, promote healthy hair growth and skin cells, improve digestion, and even help with depression and anxiety. Nothing like Ignite has ever been attempted before, and nothing like it will ever come again. Getting healthy and torching even the most stubborn pockets of fat with Ignite will be the easiest thing you've ever done. All it takes is 10 drops under your tongue when you wake up, and Ignite does the rest. As you go about your day, you will feel pure, raw, and powerful organic ingredients flowing through your veins, stepping on the scale to see the weight falling off of you, and looking in the mirror to see a toned, tight, and lean body. No more useless veggie capsules or fraudulent diet teas or shakes or drinks that are nothing more than glorified vitamins that do nothing to address the scientifically and clinically proven origin of your uncontrolled body fat and bad health. Ignite is manufactured right here in the States at an FDA-registered and GMP-certified facility using one-of-a-kind and state-of-the-art equipment and inspected 24 hours a day to ensure the highest and purest quality. Each ingredient is non-fertilized and 100% organic, so that means it's non-GMO, gluten-free, and has absolutely no additives in it whatsoever, so it's non-habit or tolerance forming. Ignite is also sent to an additional third-party lab to verify it contains the highest purity and potency in every single bottle, with each bottle coming equipped with a glass dropper to help you take precisely and exactly 10 drops every morning before breakfast. We made sure to pull no punches and make getting the sexy, slim body that you've always dreamed of and deserve as easy as possible, flooding you with self-confidence and reassurance. The type of self-confidence that lets you leisurely stroll down the beach in a new bathing suit without being insecure about everyone seeing your body, or that kind that lets you go try on that new dress and look good doing it, as it perfectly forms around your new, tight, firm, smooth body. Take a moment and try to visualize the pure happiness on your children's or grandchildren's faces as you play with them for hours on end, because you have all of the energy you need while your joint and muscle pain has vanished. Imagine hearing your friends or coworkers gasp the next time they see you, begging to know how you managed such an amazing transformation in such a short amount of time. Or think about catching your husband or wife staring at you with the lust again, in love with your new body, achieving all of this without a single cardio session or watching what you eat. Could you actually see the new you? It should have you grinning from ear to ear. Now tell me, how much would that be worth to never deprive yourself of your favorite foods or to never burden your family with worries about your health? What would you give for that right now? Although my closest friends and relatives have suggested that we sell a 30-day supply of Ignite for $500, which is actually cheaper than the $1,100 it took for Samantha and me to get another vial of it after we used up our initial one that Dr. Frazier gave us. And although I know everyone who's tried Ignite would happily pay triple that after seeing the results for themselves, this isn't about turning a profit, and I know Samantha and Dr. Frazier and his team feel the exact same way. We know what it's like to feel your self-esteem, your confidence, and your health slip away from you as you watch your belly get bigger and bigger, and your health deteriorate as you search endlessly for a solution. Ignite is changing the lives of everyday women and men all over the world, and there's no reason why you can't be the next success story. Samantha and I have gone against all of the advice of our closest friends and family. We want to make Ignite the most affordable for the people who need it most. And that's why we have taken a stand and refused to charge $500, $400, or even $300. You've been gracious enough to stay until the end of this video. And that tells me how you understand how special of an opportunity this is to try out Ignite for yourself and for your family. With all the craziness going on in the world right now affecting supply and manufacturing, soon we'll have no other choice but to charge $199 for a single bottle of this amazing liquid formula. But guess what? You don't have to pay that either. My goal is to make your decision today incredibly easy and straightforward. So with that being said, for a special limited time only, you can get a massively discounted 30-day supply of Ignite for a simple one-time fee of just $69. Yes, just $69, the guaranteed lowest price that you'll ever see. But before you order, as study after study has confirmed, the longer you take these all-natural sunrise drops, the more benefits you'll reap. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you're over the age of 35 and have more than 10 pounds to lose, Dr. Frazier recommends you take Ignite for at least 3 to 5 months, so it has enough time to work throughout your entire body and stimulate your BAM15 hormone. This way, you will guarantee yourself maximum results and lock in your desired figure and health for years to come. So to guarantee lifetime results, I'm going to let you order a 2-month supply of Ignite for an even more outrageously discounted price. And if you order the 2-month supply just to say thank you, we will gift you with an additional 30-day supply of Ignite absolutely free. And because we want to add as much value as we possibly can, not only will you get an extra free 30-day supply of Ignite, but we will also throw in a free bonus bottle of Toxiclear. Toxiclear is an amazing and all-natural body detoxifier, specifically and exclusively created to work hand-in-hand with Ignite, designed to be taken every evening before bed to prepare and flush out your body of harmful toxins, so that when you take your Ignite drops in the morning, your body will be fully cleansed and ready to properly absorb the Ignite formula in its entirety. Full of 9 supercharged and organic ingredients like psyllium husk, bentonite clay, black walnut, oat, flaxseed, prune, aloe vera leaf, apple pectin, and glucomannan root. Taking Toxiclear is like giving your body the cleanse it needs every single night. So just to recap, when you choose to order a 60-day supply of Ignite, we will gift you another 30-day supply absolutely free. And on top of that, we will throw in our exclusive body detoxifier, ToxiClear, 100% free of charge as well. I hope you understand how amazing this deal is, but we're not done yet. Because for a very limited time only, we will let you order a 3-month supply of Ignite, and when you do that, we will gift you an additional 2 more bottles of Ignite Plus. We'll carry over the free bottle of ToxiClear as well. And on top of that, we will get it to you with 100% free shipping. That's an insane deal. That's how confident we are Ignite is going to change your life. Look below now. If Ignite is still in stock, you'll see all 3 of our hugely discounted options. All that's left for you to do is to choose your bottle package, and you will be taken to our secure and 256-bit encrypted checkout page that looks like this. Fill in your details, confirm your order, and we'll get it shipped out to you the very same day. Transparency is a value I strive for. So when I tell you that your order today is a one-time and simple fee with no auto ship or hidden charges, I mean it. And if you should have any questions at all, you can simply contact our helpful customer support team to get a quick and prompt reply, not one that takes days. The time to act is now, and this is important to note because please keep in mind that Ignite is only available on this page. There are a lot of copycats out in this world who want to swindle you. So I want you to remember, if you see Ignite being sold anywhere other than this page, our official website, it is completely fake. And buy it at your own risk. For our own protection, we will never be selling Ignite on Amazon, Walmart, or any third-party retailer. If you see Ignite on any other website besides our official one here, please report it as fraudulent and know that it is not legit. I've eliminated all middlemen to get you the very best pricing available. This is your only chance to get your hands on this exclusive and revolutionary formula. Since the release of this video, we are selling out faster than anyone could have predicted, and right now, we're on the verge of selling out completely. And because of the potent exotic ingredients sourced directly from the Amazon in each bottle of Ignite, the price is rising as well as a direct result of that. Unfortunately, I can't guarantee these prices beyond tonight. The last thing I want is for you to come back in a few hours and see our prices have increased or an out of stock sign. That's why 93% of people take advantage of the buy 3, get 2 free option so they can start eliminating fat right away and stock up as much as they can now for themselves and their closest friends and family. If you are still feeling skeptical about all this, I get it. It's a lot to take in. So here's what I'm going to do to prove to you that this formula works and you have absolutely nothing to worry about. I'm going to give you a 150-day, risk-free, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. If you don't experience a dramatic change and start to see the fat rapidly melt off of you day to day, if you don't feel overflowing with energy and enthusiasm as your body begins to thrive, or even if you change your mind for any reason at all, even if you use up the entire bottle and you still want to get your money back, it won't be an issue. All you need to do is contact our amazing customer support team within 150 days and we will refund you the purchase price right away. You heard that right. We are giving you 5 full months to decide. That's 5 months to test drive this miracle formula. Does that sound fair to you? The truth is, some people aren't ready to experience these life-changing results, and that's fine if you're one of those people. Please, no hard feelings. Feel free to leave this website right now, and someone else will take your supply. But if you're ready to transform your entire life, then all you have to do is claim your discount and take advantage of this amazing deal by just choosing your package below right now. You have nothing to lose. You have a full 5 months to test drive Ignite completely risk-free. And remember, the only place you can purchase the real Ignite is here on this page. Look below and choose your package now. I'm Rick Peterson, and God bless.